Hello, friends, and welcome back to the new episode of r/IDontWorkHereLady. And today we have another set of 4 great news stories waiting for you. So sit comfortably and let's get started. I don't work here, and I'll shame you for not helping. I was at a big box electronics store where the employees, clad in blue polo shirts, are known to be expert ninjas in escaping customers. I was wearing a blue button-down, unsuccessfully trying to find a network card. Not a specialized card, just an effing network card. When a customer asked me a question about video cards. I watched a blue-shirted employee slink behind an aisle to escape the customer. I got a little PO'd, and I thought, well, I'll do this jerk's job for him. I could see he was just standing in the other aisle listening, so I proceeded to help this nice but confused man. He needed a video card but didn't know what to buy. So I worked with him on what he was going to use it for and was able to suggest a card for him. Just as I finished, another customer who was patiently waiting for me to finish with the first customer had a hard drive question. After working with him for about a few minutes, I had him sorted out right as another customer started to ask me for help. By this time, a squadron of geeks stopped their work to watch what was going on, slack-jawed that someone was actually helping customers. Imagine 5 stunned Napoleon Dynamites watching me pretend to be an employee. After helping my 5th or 6th customer, I was starting to gather a line of customers looking for help. A manager finally walked over. I would guess confused someone was helping customers and asked me what I thought I was doing. I told him, I'm helping your customers. He was frowning now and told me sternly, you can't do that, you don't work here. I told him, well, apparently none of your associates work here either. I saw the hiding employee quickly look down the aisle with a mix of shame and fear on his face before he went slinking off to safety. Now the manager was really frowning, so I asked him about my commissions on all the sales I'd made. I told him I was flexible if he wanted to just give me in-store credit. He asked me if I had what I needed so I could check out. I told him, I can't find parts or your employees, so I'll just go. I thought it was a good idea to beat it before I got banned from the store. And our second story for today, cable not canceled, attorney apologized. I worked in the call center for a payment processing company. We set up small businesses with credit card terminals, check imagers, and payment gateway software depending on their needs. Our toll-free number was 1 digit off from the toll-free number for a major cable TV provider. We were used to the cable company's customers calling us by mistake. We'd just do a cold transfer to the correct number with the caller's permission. One such caller would not accept that answer. Edit. We have a specific script for exactly this call. I started off with the script, but veered off when it became apparent this one caller would not be listening to anything. Caller. I need to cancel my cable service. You mother-censored charge too much. Me. I'm sorry, sir. We are a payment processing company, not the cable company. I can transfer you to the cable company. Is that all right with you? Hell no, I will not be transferred. I'm going to cut the cable going into the box, and you're going to cancel my service and give me my money back. Sir, you need to talk to cable company. We're a payment processing company, and we have nothing to do with your cable service. The phone number you need is blank, 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 blank. I can transfer you with your permission. You have permission to turn off my service and give me my money back. I can't do that. I don't work for the cable company. I work for the payment processing company. You need to process my payment back to me. Get your supervisor. I'm going to sue payment processing company. You don't have an account with us, so I cannot give you a supervisor. I'm going to have my attorney call you. Are you sure you don't want me to transfer you to the cable company? F you! You'll be hearing from my attorney. And he hung up. When we have a customer mention an attorney, we forward the call to management for review. This guy wasn't a customer, but I forwarded the call anyway. Evidently, he did have his attorney call us later in the day. The team leader made the connection to my call and took the new call. He explained that the caller wanted to cancel service with the cable company. We are in no way affiliated, and the caller refused to be transferred to the correct number. The attorney apologized and presumably had to go confer with his idiot client. I hope his attorney charged him out the butt for that phone call. And our third story for today. Dude, she doesn't work here. I stopped at the club store on the way home from work. They recently installed self-checkout lanes, and today I judged that a faster lane time than the manned registers. I headed to the closest lane, but had two men in their mid-30s swoop in right ahead of me. I made eye contact with the main guy, he flashed a smile, and I angled my cart to the next lane. Annoying, but not a major crime. So I'm in the middle of scanning my items when I hear the ubiquitous, "Ma'am, ma'am," coming from one of the men who cut me off. I glance up and he continues, "My register says I need a cashier to continue." "My register's working," I tell him, and I continued scanning my items. He repeats, "I need a cashier." His friend clues in, "Dude, she doesn't work here." He ignores his friend, continuing to focus on me. "I need a cashier. Can you come help me?" I looked down, and I knew what I wanted. I knew he was mistaking me for an employee. I don't know why he thought I worked there. I didn't have on any components of the club store uniform. I was using a middle self-scan lane. I was simply confident with the scan gun. And I was not thrilled that he jogged to cut me off as I was pulling up to the lane with my heavy cart, causing me to have to pull back and go to a new lane. Plus, I wanted to see how this would play out. Again, I hear the friend, "Dude, she doesn't work here." I could not hear the rest of their conversation. A real employee showed up within a minute, and I heard her explain that the store only accepts one type of credit card, which he was not using. She walked him through the rest of the transaction in a friendly and efficient manner. I finished my transaction and pushed my heavy cart past the end of their register on my way to the exit. I hear him complain to his friend, "I don't know why she couldn't have done that," while nodding at me, to which his friend responds, "Dude, she doesn't freaking work here." Love his friend's reaction. I imagine him doing so many facepalms just within that store trip. And our next story. Landlord advertises all of our company's equipment for sale to our competitors. Best follow our eviction to the letter. I work for a leisure company. Think soft play, indoor soccer, laser tag, can't be specific. Prior to lockdown, managers and the big bosses were negotiating the renewal of the lease on one of our parks. Things were going mostly smoothly. However, the landlords were difficult to contact. Then 2020's crap hit the fan. All of our sites were closed, and everything was thrown into a mess. Negotiations began to slip down the priority list. Nobody thought the landlord would push an eviction for an expired lease during this period, especially with it still getting rent despite the site's closure and the closure of every business and restaurant in the immediate area. We were wrong. A few days ago, we received a letter saying we had 7 days to leave the premises and take everything with us. We're reminded that anything left in the building after 7 days will become the landlord's property. That line is very important. Now, a lot of construction goes into installing our equipment into a new building, which makes emptying one even harder. Add a lockdown with no staff and most businesses shut, it meant that saving much of our assets would prove to be extremely difficult. To lose a profitable site and all of its assets is definitely a blow to our company, but here's where it gets worse. A few days into our 7-day eviction, we find out that the landlord has been advertising our park to our competitors. But he isn't offering just the building, he's offering all of our stuff pre-installed. Ready to go, just needs rebranding. The landlord has evicted us from the property in an attempt to increase rent and make a solid profit from our equipment installed because he thinks we won't be able to empty the park. We were furious. We were told we had 7 days to move everything we owned out of the property. So that's what we did. Local businesses from all around offered up free space to store our things. A few people came back out of lockdown, and they all spent the rest of the week removing, selling, or destroying everything that was related to us. We didn't even leave light fittings. In every other site vacation we've seen, we always end up leaving thousands of dollars worth of disco lights in the ceilings because they're too hard to get. We leave most of the construction in, as well as things like the bars and kitchens that all stay intact. Recognizable as what they once were, but not in this building. We ripped up the flooring we installed, tore down the walls that were not part of the original structure, wooden walls to divide up the space, ripped apart our manager's offices, and removed all the artwork and lockers. The landlord now has every new deal he's been making dead in the water. A large renovation bill to install new flooring, etc., or a company willing to do it themselves like we were. Lockdown has been extended another 4 weeks, so he has at least another 4 weeks without rent. We were paying, and won't have any potential buyers. Silver lining, the assets we got out of the site, fridges, TVs, equipment, food tables, have all been sold, and the lack of rent and additional income has helped the business and paid staff wages. Update. Here's what happened next. We handed in the keys, and it was probably the quickest handover we've ever had. The landlord clearly didn't want to make any kind of conversation, and there was definitely an elephant in the room. But he definitely said nothing about the lack of our equipment. Complications did arise when we went back to get various deposits, but he had no case to withhold the deposits from us as the building was in excellent shape. We'd conducted much of the maintenance work ourselves, so the building was in a significantly better condition than we found it. We also cleaned up 99% of the rubbish and dirt from our demolition crusade, so he couldn't bill us for cleaning. A very minor bit of pressing from our legal team meant that we received everything owed back in full. The building is still vacant, and as of yet, we don't know of any potential buyers. At this moment in time, our company is still standing despite the pandemic closures and lack of business. Staff are all still employed and doing well. Reading this gave me a strange kind of joy. And thank you all for watching the video to the end. I'll see you in the next one.